Miss Adeline, our mistress, and just catch the by the wrist this way, both of them pushed down in the rocking chair. And when Mr. Bethany come home, she was crying. And Mr. Bethany asked her what was the matter. She told Miss Adeline, Miss Martha Albert hurt her wrist. And she asked her then, says, what you doing in this house here? Hurting old mister. Said she wasn't hurting old mister. She just, old mister was around whooping. She saw her down. But they taken that old woman, poor old woman, cat in the peach orchard and whipped her. And, just tied her hand this way, around the peach orchard tree. I remember that just as well, looked like to me, I can't. And round the tree and whipped her. And well, she couldn't do nothing but just kick her feet, just kick her feet. But it just had her clothes off down to her waist, Just didn't have her plumb naked, but they had her clothes down to her waist. And every now and then they'd whoop her, and then snuff the pipe out on her, She snuffed pipe out on her. The embers in the pipe. Where you ever see the pipe smoking.
Blow them out on her?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Blow them out on her.
Did she scream?
Yeah, I reckon she was. I reckon she did. But you see, we was daring to go out there where it was, because our old marshal was whoopers, and then Uncle Saul was whoopers. You see that as the overseer, Uncle Saul. So Papa was overseer. But he had a whooper. And whooped her too. He sure did whoop her. Well, he whooped her so then at night they had to grease her back. Grease her back. I don't know what kind of grease they had, but they sure grease her back. At night, that way. Just grease her back. And so after they whooped her so long, whooped her then so long that way, they quit. They couldn't give her dinner. Late that evening, they give her dinner. Late that, well, she whooped so bad then, she didn't want to eat, If you put whoop you half a day, you ain't want to eat. Oh, no.
Right.
They call a little child, you can whoop a little child now. He'll get mad, and don't want to eat nothing. So they whooped him. So Uncle Saul, then he'll go whoop my mama. We had a brother, the oldest brother named Cal. And he was going to whoop my mother's boy. Pack water. And she was going to fight him.
Is that right?
Yes, she was going to fight him. You see, one portion of the people belonged to Mr. Bethany, and one portion, belonged to his wife. Wife, just like, you'd have a lot of niggas, and they give you a portion of them, and your wife portion of them. Her people give you a heap of them, and then your people give you some. Well, that makes two parts. You got a part, and your wife got a part, colored folks out of the way. And so Miss Adeline wouldn't let Uncle Saul whoop her. That was her side, That's one of her niggas. She wouldn't let Uncle Saul whoop her that away. Well, then they called her a sassy nigga. Sassy called her, wouldn't let Uncle Saul whoop her about the boy packing water. He packed water, all day. And if Uncle Saul, if they stayed late, when they got to the water where Uncle Saul was, the overseer was, he just pitch it out. Just pitch it out. As fast as the children could get to her. And he whooped him, still let him. Yeah, he whooped him, still let him. So Uncle Jesse, he wasn't stepdad. He wasn't. No, don't get me away. He wasn't born. He wasn't one of Mr. Bethany's niggas. He was a Payne's. My stepdad, yes, he was a Payne's. He was a Payne's. And he'd do anything, they couldn't whoop him. Couldn't whoop him. And his head was red, and he was red.
Well, where'd he come from?
I think he come from Louisiana, somewhere. Anyhow, he come somewhere. I couldn't exactly tell where he come from. Because my mama come from Mississippi. And when he back up, I don't know where y'all ever see the corner fence.
Yes, the one that's rail fence.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Well, he'd back up in that, and they wouldn't whoop him. He'd get him a stick and keep him off. Yes, sir. And he's a great big old man, and he wouldn't let him whoop him, you see, and the master wouldn't let him hurt him, because he wouldn't let the overseer they'd whoop you. The master make him whoop you when the overseer didn't feed him, and they wouldn't let him whoop him at all, wouldn't know. And the old master would tell him, Rather than to kill him or something like that, don't hurt him. But don't kill him, but whip him. He wouldn't whoop him, I tell you. No, he wouldn't whoop him. No, sir, he wouldn't
Well,
really whoop him.
how would they punish him then?
Give me a corn. Give me a corn. Just like, you give me a year of corn, and that'll be for my dinner or my breakfast. When you come home to dinner, he said to give me a year of corn. So he shut it off and plow along and eat it. Just plow along and eat it. Night comes, they give me a year of corn, and that's the way they fed him, punishing him, wouldn't give him nothing to eat. And say, look like he was moving along too slow, too fast with that, too good. Too good with that, just giving him corn. And he's eating it, and drinking water and going just the same. That's why they wouldn't give him none. Give him none. Wouldn't give him nothing, but let him drink water, And he lived just the same. And he lived with Mama 32 years before he died. And he never did have a scar on the old boss put on him.
Wonder what they paid for this. So your stepdaddy, how come?
Pain, he was a pain. Just a trade Brimwood wouldn't call it. But you see, I don't know what they paid for him. They bought him,
And I guess he was worth so much they didn't want to hurt him.
Didn't want to hurt him. And you see, he had belonged to two sets of folks. 2 sets of people, You see, he was belonged to a Paynes. Then he belonged to some people, Brimwood. They all stayed, but you see, he wouldn't do right, and they'd sell him. Just sell him, just like, I was your nigga, and I wouldn't act right, you'd sell me to somebody else. And wouldn't act right, brother, be fighting and knocking him a good hand, you sell him to somebody else. That's the way that would go here, baby.
I see.
That's the way they done.
Well, what about getting married? How did they go about marrying the slave?
Well, they told me they jumped over the broom backward. I don't know. They told me to jump over the broom backward. I don't know.
Well, did they have church? Did the slaves
No,
have church?
I never remember no church. Mama said the only church, I didn't remember that part of all the church that would have be a tub of water sitting just like this thing is, and that would catch your voice. And they would have church around that tub. All of them get around the tub.
Old Moss didn't want them having church.
We don't have no church. No, didn't have no church. And old master come along with one of them. One of them was there having church around the tub. He's down praying. And said he was down there praying, just a praying. Old master come in, he just a praying. He come in, he did, and told him get up from there. He didn't get up, he just a praying. He said the old master come in, so whooping. He quit praying and then asking the Lord have mercy on the old master. Lord have mercy on the old master. Lord have mercy on the old master. Old master always went with a bullwhoop. Just holler, have mercy on the old master. And that old master whooped him and he kept up, wouldn't get up, just flinch, just like a person, when a person hits you, with flinch. He just prayed for old master. The old master stepped back and said, I'm ready to kick you naked. I'm ready to kick you naked. Nigga never stopped praying, he had to go on leaving praying. He'd go on leaving praying. Because he wouldn't stop. Well, that was through the Lord, that's called that.
Yes, the Lord works a lot of things.
Yes, because the Lord was suffered him to stay down there and get that whooping and pray. Just keep it praying. I think I jumped up. I don't know. Seemed like me I jumped up. Because they were whooping me that way. I jumped up.